in general. Anyone seen this movie, Killer? Killer? Is it Fassbender? Something Fassbender? Magneto, the guy that played Magneto? Michael Fassbender, yeah. So, during my couch potato extravaganza, that's one of the movies I watched. And he told a story that I didn't really see the point of it, but it's a really funny story, so I'm going to tell that story. So basically, he said there's a hunter. He goes hunting in the wilderness, and he sees a bear. So obviously, he brings out his gun, he shoots the bear. Pow! And it looks like the bear first falls down, from the shot. He runs to the bear to see what's going on. He gets there, the bear isn't on the floor. Next thing, the bear appears from behind with the claws, beside his head. He says, listen, you have two choices. Either I rip you to shreds, or I sodomize you. So he chose life. So he goes home, obviously, disheveled. Gets a bigger, better gun. Goes back the next night. Sees that same bear. Pow! Bear seemingly falls down. He runs towards the bear. Same thing. Bear not there. Appears behind. Guy says, you know the choice. Again, he chooses life. Third night, he goes back with a bigger, better gun. Shoots, pow, smoke, runs to where the bear is. This time the bear appears behind you and pushes him to the floor and squints and says, you're not really here for the hunting, are you? So, can anyone tell me what that story means? Anyone has an idea?
Oh dear, I just forgot what I was going to do now. It's the menopause. Yeah. Knocking the shit out of me. No, I'll get the train up. Does anyone get the train?
Yeah.
Going on track a little bit. No, when I started...
Crazy sometimes. I also think that we're heading towards an apocalypse or something. My plan is to get so fat that they can't draft me into the army. That's my plan we're going to make.
I'm happy today. I found something out today, right? Start the beginning. So when I was 11, I got mugged by this dude. He was like 4 or 5 years older than me, real nutcase. Everyone was terrified of him. And him and a couple of his mates came up to me, and he goes, right, give us your money. I haven't got any. So he made me jump up and down, which was embarrassing enough for a fat lad. And the change jingled in my pocket, so he went, all right, clear it all out. And then he pushed me a little bit, took all my money and fucked off. It was humiliating, horrible. Honestly, it stayed with me for years, even into my 20s. Awful experience, right? And I was speaking to a mate back home yesterday. It turns out I got the last laugh, right? Because about 5-6 years after we left school, he continued with a life of crime, and he committed a really serious crime, and he got sent to prison. And 2 years into his sentence, he fucking hung himself. Take that, you dead bastard!
How many people were traumatized by
My wife, when I started doing comedy a week ago, she was really worried because she said, I'm worried you're going to cheat on me. Apparently short Asian guys are really hot to women, I don't know. But she said, no, it's because you'll be out late at night and there'll be women there, you'll be making them laugh. I'm like, if I send her a recording of this room, it's real content.
Yeah. Anyway, I was in Costa the other day, and in Costa they have orange juice. I like orange juice, but on the orange juice it says suitable for vegetarians, which is weird. It's finally, an orange juice with no meat or fish. That's good. Glad. Unlike all this other orange juice filled with lions and clownfish. Glad I've got that.
So, in my life, I've had a lot of jobs. I say jobs. I've had a lot of trial shifts. I once was I got fired for pushing trolleys around. how'd you get fired for that shit? And like, I actually once got fired for being a freedom fighter. I'll explain, because a lot of you are like, what the fuck? So I was working at an early learning centre, and it was when the, when we started having to pay for like paper bags and all that. And I was like, fuck that, I'm not charging them. So I just gave paper bags out for free. They didn't like that. But 2 months later, the shop went out of bust. And I kind of like to think I was involved in that.
Alright, we made it. So, it's gonna get a little bit dramatic, so bear with me now. So my mother had a kitten a couple of years ago, and it only survived after 2 months. But I didn't know how to tell anybody. Because how do I tell them my mother's pussy died?
See, my parents were trying to like make me feel better after my dog died. They were trying to like console me, say all the right things. My dad, like, to console me, he was just like, "Don't worry, your dog's moved on to a better place." And I was just like, "Oh, thanks, Dad." But then he goes, "Yeah, he's been reincarnated into a better body." I was like, "Yo, can you not use my dog's death to plug Hinduism? Can you not to plug our weird Percy Jackson religion?" Dude, I'm Indian. I fucking hate Hinduism. It's like a shitty version of GTA, right? Because you respawn, but you can't eat beef. So you're going through this endless cycle of experiencing life over and over again, but you never get the pleasure of biting down on a double quarter pounder. It fucking sucks.
Like, I don't know, man. I just don't like ugly people. I think I wasn't ready for questions, innit? That was just honest. I like ugly people, man. Damn, it's hard to do that in a room where.
No, but all the NHS, they're saying like it's all well and good, you know, we clapped for them during the pandemic, but now they need like money and we're not supporting them and stuff. And I even saw a nurse with a sign at the strike and it said, "I can't live on applause alone." And I just thought, you want to give comedy a go, you'll soon learn to.
But are you guys affected by the cost of living crisis right now? Yeah, I feel like when I was younger, I used to save money for fun things. And now on the rare occasion that I have any money, I find myself thinking things like, you know what? You've been good this month. You should treat yourself. You should get that cyst removed.
I was on a train one time, and the voiceover must have been like, "Be careful because this train line has pickpocketers." And it was just me and this other black guy. And everyone just looked at me and him. The fucked up part is because I looked at him and he looked at me. And I thought that was crazy. So I was like, "No, come here, man. Let's break this racist shit." So I'm hugging him saying, "I love you, man. Like, fuck this racist shit, right?" So, you know, he was getting up the stop before me. So I hugged him tight. He hugged me tight. I said, "Yeah, bro, get home safe." He said, "Yeah, get home safe." And he got off. And I was like, what a nice guy. What a nice guy. The bitch stole my wallet. Fuck. I mean, the good thing I stole his wallet too. Otherwise, I don't go home.
Well, I got kicked out of school for being annoying, which is low-key impressive because people would like fight with hammers at my school and they didn't get kicked out, but I got kicked out for being like annoying. You know, like I'm Spanish, and they said that like, "Oh, you're not trying in Spanish class," you know? But it's like, you know, I speak fucking Spanish, you know. Imagine you guys in English class, you know, you're not gonna try. It was like, "Oh, Ramon, have you done your homework?" And I was like, "My name's fucking Ramon." You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?